3:00, we'll call this meeting to order. Please stand for the flag. Sheriff, will you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first on our agenda are minutes from our last meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Claims.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Health Department.
Yeah, we turned in March's monthly report, so if anybody has any questions on that. And then we have, Tammy wants to talk to you guys about, we would like to see about increasing the tattoo fee.
Increasing what, I'm sorry?
The tattoo fee.
Okay.
For the tattoo parlor or for the tattoo artist. Tammy can tell you a little bit about her thinking behind that.
So looking at it, we are way behind adjoining counties. And I will say we've had some interest in some going in the county. So I think like we need to get to where we're more in line with the counties around us. So basically we would be doubling the fee. So they would go for the establishment owner, they would pay, they currently pay $100, they would go to $200. And then each artist is normally at $50 by current ordinance, and we would raise that to $100 per artist or, piercer.
And this is annual.
Yes,
And has this already gone through the health board?
yes,
And they've approved?
yes.
And so it's just the rest? I'll make a motion that we accept the proposed rate changes for the tattoo ordinance.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Thank you.
Anything else? Health Department, anything else? Thank you all very much. Sheriff's Department.
Things are good in the Sheriff's Department. Just a reminder, the kickoff meeting for the jail study is tomorrow at 1 by Zoom. So I know that we'll have room in the office if anyone wants to drop in the office. Otherwise, we'll go on remotely.
All right.
Can we go back to the tattoo discussion? I'm sorry. So we're making this change, which I think is a good change. And then how does the public be made aware that it's required to get a permit as they open these services?
So there's information on the health department's website about tattoo establishments.
Okay, so, this is another umbrella of them being made aware. So I just want to make sure that anyone that's.
And then, probably in the next couple of months, I might have Ashley put it on the health department Facebook.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right, Highway Department, bid openings.
Come up there, Josh, or
Just will eat a cookie if you come up.
right there.
Okay, so we've got 3 bids. First is CNR Construction out of Corydon. Okay, as always, we require a lot of paperwork, including insurance, bonds, all of that, which will suggest you take it under advisement while you look at that. But having said that, it appears that this first one's total labor and material is $1,767,799. Again, that is, what did I say who it was? It's CNR Construction.
1,600,000.
1,767,799. 0 cents. Okay, the second one is E&B paving out of Clarksville. This one appears to be $1,586,900, 1,586,900. And then the last one is from J.H. Rudolph out of Tell City. Theirs comes to $1,398,421.35. So that is 1,398,421.35.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, we would, I would ask for a motion to take these bids under advisement.
I'll make a motion.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, we appreciate everybody bidding on our, on that.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Anything else, Dale?
Yeah, I have several things, and I apologize. But I have a couple on-call agreements with some engineering firms. One is with SJCA, Tara Lloyd. I don't know if y'all have any questions for her or anything. But, and then the other one is DCCM, which is with the RQAW, I believe, is who that was, with Sarah Guth. And they send these agreements for the on-call, if you all would like to sign those.
Want a motion to accept the agreements?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Is it just generally signs or just sign down here? Well, that's the address, so I'll just sign below.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dale just did.
Tara, do you have anything you want to add? Or?
No, it's just a renewal from the one we did 2 years ago. Again, but both agreements, no cost to you unless, we're asked to do something within that. No cost to have them on file.
Thank you.
And I think we have another one that we need to accept. I think we need to accept Cash Wagoners too. I'll ask for a motion to accept Cash Wagoners too.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Is that an on-call agreement
All,
for cash backer too?
I'm signing right here. Sign down here.
did we not sign on the right spot? Is that the right spot?
There's only one signature line on that one, so I just signed below it.
Can we sign here? Okay. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Also have two unofficial detours with NDOT. Mike, I know you and I had talked about those. The first one's gonna be in May, and that first one's gonna be there on State Road 70, just west of the Y there at 66. Approximately 100 days, and that one there, they're looking to use County Road 800 East for that. So if I can get a signature on that one, if you're okay with that. And then the other one is State Road 66 they're going to be working on, and this one here is expected to start in October and last for 150 days approximately. And what you and I talked about is using Old State Road 245 for that detour.
And they're okay with that?
Yep, signed that.
Just because thinking about harvest time and, you know, all the other traffic getting pushed over.
I think this is for the detours.
Do we need a motion to do two or something?
Yeah, I think we motion.
I will make a motion that we accept 800 East as the first unofficial detour and Old 245 as the second unofficial
All right, we have a
detour.
motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
So I'm assuming that we will do the rating on these roads prior to, and then we will have a mirror of what they look like.
That's correct.
And then do you need one signed copy? What about,
Yeah, all those right here.
all of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there you go.
Right there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, anything else, Dale?
One more thing. I know Mike, you and I have talked about this one too, but I guess it used to be an old county road, 550 north, years and years ago, long before my time. There's a stretch in there, 840 feet there off of 66. About taking over, there's two residents and another landowner, so there's 3 people there involved. I didn't know.
Yeah, you know, talking to the landowners, they're getting older in age, it's hard, they had been upkeeping it, and they didn't realize that it actually came off the inventory like 30 years ago, whenever they closed that. It was a cut through from sand cut over to 66, and so, they're asking that we, you know, take control of it again, and we just maintain it. Talk to Dale, it's a low input on our end, it's a little ditch clearing and some rock. So I'll make a motion that we accept the 800 feet of 550 north that connects to 66. 800 feet.
800 feet, all right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, you want to handle your French Lick?
Yeah, the French Island Marina there at the boat club, we have several roads there that we thought were on the inventory. We have taken care of, and it's very minimal also. River Road, 240 South, and what I talked to you all about before. But we'd like to put those on the inventory also.
All right, I'll ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept those.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Got it?
I believe that's it.
All right, thank you very much. Planning Commission.
Well, I've got a couple things aside from my usual report. NDOT is now looking at making sure that our Title VI and ADA things are up to par. They want us to have anybody that is a contractor with the county to say they don't discriminate. So this will have to go out to everybody that we have that does contracting or anything for us and be signed. And once I get the letter to go with it, I'll get with Melissa so we can get it to whoever. And this is what I've done, is just taken what NDOT says to use and made it, just took out all the parts that says skip company in here and put a line.
Can you email me a copy and I'll get with our tech and get it put on the website?
Yeah, no problem. And then also, we have a sign out where the sheriff's deputies park, they got knocked over in the snow mess and the plowing. So I backed into it and it's broke off and it sticks about this far to the ground.
Yes.
And it's been that way for quite a while, so nobody was handling it, so I called Dale, when I called Gina and asked them if they'd come down, get the piece out, put the pole back in, the signage is still good as he's taking up on the other one.
Okay.
Because it's, if somebody trips, they're gonna tear the tar out of their leg. Do bad.
So we just need our maintenance person to come and,
Well, we always have, the highway department just does poles because it's a sign pole, so,
oh,
yeah. So Dale, or one of the guys will come down and do, that's what they did last time, is they sent down John Swanger, I think, and somebody. Because it's just a sign pole and they break when they have it, it's, you know.
so you've already communicated that?
I talked to Gina and she's on Dale come in.
Thank you.
And then for the monthly report for March, we've had a lot of housing going in. We had 1.6 million just in March. For the year, we're at 4.2. It's a lot of houses in 3 months' time. Over $1 million in pole barns and garages and that kind of thing. A lot of money in additions and remodeling of homes, which is good. And then in business, we've had 2 large business that's come in and do their, like Nutrient Ag down there, did theirs on there, and the dental clinic in Rio, and it's 2.8 million, so. And there are a few other things that are talking, and coming in and looking at things, they just haven't gone with it, you know, went on with anything yet. That's all I have. Michelle?
Thank you, Kay.
Okay,
Mhm.
I gave them a copy of the bonds that you sent me.
Oh, yeah.
If you wanna.
I'd say, they took that when it's for the Grandview Solar Project. But I mean, the commissioners took that over once it went through and you had the whole hullabaloo with Grandview and the county. So I don't know if they started working up there yet, have they, Matt? I didn't think so. Last time I stood there, I don't know Grandview a lot, obviously. So, man, it's up to you. If they want to redo them, obviously we need to redo it just in case, but so it'll be up to you all what you want to do, if you want to have them look at anything, since the prices and stuff have went through the roof. Might be a situation, you know, look at it and tell me it's a bigger bond even,
So these bonds have expired,
they're
or?
getting ready to.
And the way that it was
They're
worded,
getting a different company or something, what they said, Melissa, different company for their bonds.
Yeah, I sent all the information to
Yeah,
you.
so I think it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, just if they go forward, that we have something in place, because I'm sure they'll,
So we need to address that by the next meeting, in the next
I'd
meeting.
say so.
I guess what you're stating is that they have a decommissioning agreement for every 5 years that needs to be reviewed.
I don't know what it's, when he sent it to me, and I didn't do anything with the bonds or anything with the decommissioning or anything, it went through the commissioners and the auditor's office, so. And I sent it to Melissa because I didn't do it.
Can you resend that?
But it wouldn't be a bad idea to obviously keep up with it, so in case they come in, it covers the county, if anything comes up.
Okay.
So what are we asking? That,
Melissa sent them, I don't know what y'all decided. I would say redo the bonds and you might look at the costs because they might be more because everything's, since it was done a few years ago, prices have went through the roof, so whatever it was for.
so you're wanting us to review this and then bring it back to the next meeting?
Yes.
Come up with a number. All right. Thank you, Kay. Okay, for our meeting for 5/5/26, which is on election day, I think we kind of kicked it around, and I think we're going to go for Monday at 8 o'clock for,
I'll make a motion that we have drainage at 8:15 and commissioners at 8:30.
okay. We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? So we got to change the meeting date there. Legal report.
Okay, in your packets, there are 2 proposed ordinances. The first is ordinance number 2026-03. This relates to campaign activity on county property. I've circulated this to you previously. Would you like to?
Good.
I think based on our prior conversation, you understand the issue. It is already against the law to campaign here by a government employee. But this ordinance makes that part of our code and also applies to everyone, not just government employees. That would include, as an example, elected officials. This is an ordinance, so this being the first reading, unless you were to suspend the rules, this would be the first of two.
All right, we can accept it
On the first reading,
on the first reading.
I'll make a motion, we approve the ordinance number 2026-03 on the first reading.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
That was, and technically you vote to suspend the rules and then you have to vote again to adopt it, so,
I'll make a motion that we adopt
yeah, thank you.
the rules.
Where would we be without waivers and rules?
I can think of a lot of places. We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the second action item I have for you guys is ordinance number 2026-04. And this addresses the auditor process for conveying instruments. And Melissa, I don't know if you want to chat a little bit about background on this.
Yes, so I've been taking care of the property the past few months, and the deeds that are coming in are not coming in completed. And so I'm having some issues with no parcel numbers, no legal descriptions. Everything's just being left off, and when I kick them back, they're coming back saying, well, that's the way we've always done it, that's the, you know, they copy and paste from deeds. It's not acceptable. So this is actually making it, in order for us to process a deed, it has to have a parcel number. It has to have a legal description, it has to have an acreage, it has to have those things on there. We have to have it on there. So that's why I asked Josh to put something together for me to go through it.
So are you comfortable with what Josh has got for you
Yes,
there?
yeah, I read through it.
Comfortable enough to give me cookies?
That's all you're getting in?
So, again, like the other one, this is the first reading for this one.
Okay, so make sure we do it right this time.
Okay, so if you want to vote, you can suspend the rules first. And then go
All
through.
right, I'll ask for a motion.
Well, I mean, I don't know, this is the first I've seen of
You
this.
wanna take this under advisement?
Or you could pass on the first reading and do the second one next meeting. That way, that's one option.
I'll make a motion on the first reading.
All right, we have a motion for a first reading. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Okay, I think that's it for me in terms of action items.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Old business?
Do you want to share what we did with the certificate sale? I know you sent me a copy of that.
I didn't bring anything in here with me.
Can we put that on the 5/4 meeting to present to the public how many parcels were sold and taken off while we're behind taxes? What's still left?
All right. Anything else on old business? If not, we'll move on to new business. RJL Solutions.
Just a quick update from this last month. I did give you a detailed monthly report. It has a project tracking log and then also an economic incentives toolkit, which I hope that you find valuable considering the things that are coming to you. This month has really been about building structure and moving projects. Got multiple housing projects progressing. I did submit 2 applications to the Lily Blight funding, one for the Ingram property and then one for T4 property. So I'm hopeful that maybe they'll get some funding out of that, since they were not moved forward with Ready. At the same time, our marketing is starting to drive more targeted interest in the county, and in your packets, I gave you a metric analysis from your social media. And if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them.
I do want to bring up the child care initiative. I don't know if everyone has noticed that the governor has extended $200 million for child care incentives, but there was also a bill passed in March it's House Bill 1177 that gives a tax credit to employers. So I think that's something that we want to make sure that we share with our county.
Absolutely.
And if there's any questions, they're able to reach out to you.
Absolutely, yes, yes, as we push through the child care initiative, yes.
Thank you.
All right, now for our next is the opioid settlement.
Yes, so we get notifications when new settlements are coming down, and the only thing they reference is Rubris, so I don't know anything about it, amounts or anything, they just want to know if we want to opt in. So I need to know if you want us to opt in or opt out.
I would like to make a motion that we opt in.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
We also had one request since the last meeting, so our opioid advisory committee will meet to give our recommendations at the May 4th meeting.
Is it May 4th or the one after that?
I guess we could wait till the one after that, since it's the council that will need to approve them also.
Because I think the window's till May 7th, right? Because it was April 7th to May 7th.
Oh, I'm glad you remembered that. So I guess we still have time for more requests. I'm just jumping ahead.
All right,
Thank
anything
you.
else on that? Now we've got the BSP on Cobra.
Yeah, so this is a similar situation that we had at the last meeting. Under the vision insurance, they are charging us 50 cents per employee per month. Do you want to add that to the employees, or do you want the county to pay them?
What was our decision last time?
County.
We ate it, right? I'll make a motion that we accept that cost on the county.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now for the bonds.
We already discussed that.
That was
That's
what
done.
we had with Kay.
Yep.
Yeah. Coroner, Layla?
Well, hello. We are getting the ambulance for our removal vehicle very soon. I need to know where you would like us to house that.
I guess a question that I would have for you is, wouldn't you want that in this, you want it in the middle of the county, you want it down here where you have more access with you living here? So or do you want it at one of the fire stations? What about, have we talked to any of the fire stations, or?
I have, actually. I talked to the fire chief yesterday. The fire chief said because it is a county vehicle, he felt as though it should be on a county property. And so that answer was no.
To the one here in Ohio Township.
In Rio and in Rockport.
Okay.
It's kind of a big ask, I think,
I don't
for
think
all
so.
of our people to have access to their property in or out at any time. I mean, you might be able to get somewhere with that, but he was very diplomatic in his explanation and answer.
Well,
Do you guys have any recommendations of a county property that we have that we could put it on?
I know that the ambulance department made a comment that we own that property. It's just not I don't know that we have a garage space, but I know that the ambulance, we're in Rockport, they have a plug-in area for you to be able to plug it in, and then we could just make a parking area for your vehicle. That recommendation was made to me.
And that was at the ambulance service on
Station.
66? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I guess that's another question, do you feel as though it needs to be housed inside?
I don't know that we have space.
I don't know
Right.
where we could put it, yeah.
I mean, we're just brainstorming right now, so if we have to revisit it, I can do some more legwork, but I would like to know where there are county properties that could be a potential, spot. It is a lot to monitor 3 different locations for all the various things. The office is in one location, the cooler is in a second location, and then, now the ambulance is gonna be in a 3rd location. That's a lot of, are they secure? How am I able to make sure that they're secure? It's a lot to go 3 different places for our job.
I guess what you're saying, at your office, there isn't any space to,
I have asked Laura that. She said we could find a location. It would have to be outside and we would have to add a plug-in. So it's not a no. We would just have to find a location that you guys are comfortable with.
I would say, talk to Laura a little bit more, kind of get us an idea of that, and then, has anybody
When are you getting it?
on the ambulance
Wednesday.
next Wednesday?
Well, it's already they have to take a couple things off of it in
Yeah.
order for it to be ready for us, but the top of the next week is.
So what if, I'll make a motion that we house it at EMA, since they already have the electric at the pole, and you could explore that way. You go from 3 spots to 2 spots if you could get it where you can begin housing it at your office.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then we'll just need to make contact with Mindy,
Yeah.
because then it's off of,
you mean,
Jane.
Jane.
no, Mindy Insurance, because.
Oh, maybe Melton with the
Right, but it's
insurance.
gonna be housed on county property, and if it ends up being a Martin Saren, then it's not.
It's a different,
Right.
yeah.
We just need to let her know that it's not housed there. So if a tornado goes through, they're like, okay, well, you lost a corner vehicle as well. Every piece has to have a home location.
Okay. Is that, Melissa has kind of spearheaded the insurance
Yes,
conversation?
that's all
Is
done.
that-
All good?
It's all done.
Yeah.
The vehicle's on the insurance.
All right, we have a motion on the table.
Yeah, where did you say you wanted to house it?
Email. Is that what you were talking about with that pole
The
list?
ambulance building.
Yeah.
At
So we're going to
Rockport.
the ambulance, so we're going to State Road 66? right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
not out in Christie?
Not
No.
EMA.
No.
Not even, sorry.
EMS.
Yeah,
EMS.
EMS.
Okay.
All right, we have.
I knew where I was. I was just, I knew what I was talking about.
Right.
All right, we
okay.
have an amended motion on the table.
And then I do have, go ahead.
Well, I will second the motion
We have a
to
second.
plug it
All those
in
in
at
EMS.
the EMS building there on 66. We probably need to make arrangements with Jane, which I can do that unless you want to do that, to make sure that the space,
I
they
assume
know they're
you had
giving up.
talked to Jane already.
I did, but I wanted to make sure this
Okay.
board knew that it was
Well,
okay.
I'm sure she would most likely want to enter into some kind of contractual agreement in order to keep it there. Is that right or no?
Well, the county owns
County
the
owns the
lot
property,
of the
okay.
property.
Okay, just a question, not been through this before, so just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. And then I did.
All right, hold on a second. We have a motion and a second on the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Now,
Okay. So the next thing is, do I contact the county highway department myself for fuel access and card? And
So
then-
do you have a budget for fuel?
Yes, we have had for the last 2 years.
Okay.
We have a rep, so I would get with them and they'll have the contact for the rep, and the rep will have to set you up with a pin and everything.
Okay. Do you have a preference if just one has access or all have access? Okay.
I would assume that whoever's driving it at the moment gets access, which is how they do it with other county vehicles.
Yeah, I think the pin goes based off of the vehicle, because then you have to plug in the odometer and everything.
Which I don't mind to help you navigate these things.
No, that's fine. I
Um,
called yesterday, Gina, kind
okay.
of walked me through some of those things, so I do know what the processes are, I just wanna include you on those, so if you had an opinion one way or the other, we're meeting those requirements.
Okay.
All right, anything else on that?
I'll get with Jane and verify that it was approved in our board,
Okay.
and then
Sounds good.
I'll let you know.
All right, we
Thank you.
have the ribbon cutting for the Fire Training Center on April 25th at 2 o'clock. Location in Christie, Indiana. Any other comments on that?
No.
Anything else on new business? If not, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those